Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the greatest sports podcast throughout the world. You know it. I know it. My man Birdie knows it. My man Rowdy knows it. And everybody in between. It is the BadCatz Sportscast Week 6 NFL preview and pick show for sure. We got a few things we got to talk about before the Red Sox playoff action is heating up, and New England has embraced this team like a long-lost relative.
Oh, they're on the Sox.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The NBA is right around the corner, and the Bruins dropped the puck for real Saturday night.
Yep, these guys right here.
And if, and only if, the Houston Red Sox series goes to 7 games, it will be the first time in the history that all 4 Boston teams will play on the same day. Wouldn't you like to be us, baby?
Wow.
Woo!
Well,
Woo!
the only reason I don't want that to happen is I'd rather
Because we want the Patriots to lose?
I'd rather see the Red Sox wrap the series up before 7 games.
You just killed my whole lead with the fucking thing. No shit, Birdie. And that was the stat that he gave me. That was the stat that he gave me. Thanks for burying the lead, Bird.
We can move on to something.
I ain't worried about that shit. We got a remote that we got some pressure attachment like we need anymore to put asses in the seats in this day and age of corona and chaos and confusion everywhere. Beautiful day out there, brother, today.
Yes,
right?
It was.
Beautiful, beautiful day out there. Where was this weather in July? When it was raining 19 times.
Yeah, we had that 90% humidity in the summertime. Yeah. We'll take it now, though. Take it
for sure.
Hell yeah, we'll take it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, Tuesday night, we are doing a podcast. See, do you like do you like my triangular like promotion combination, right? Actually, it's almost like a square, where we got the great place in Mesa, we got our great podcast, we got the fundraiser for young Mikey Gudrew.
Yep.
Going to the USA Nationals.
Shreveport.
And listen to this, right? To get to the USA Nationals, you got to win the Golden Gloves. You got to win the AAUs. You got to progress. Essentially, you got to be the best fighter in your weight class from New York all the way up to Canada. Okay? And so that's nothing to see that. This young man is very well accomplished. MMA does a much younger job of putting some shine on their young contenders like Mitch Raposa and this one and that one. But to already be qualified for national championships after having to go through everything that you went through to get there, unbelievable. And then of course we have the Red Sox and Astros games. Hopefully, if not, we'll put something else up there, right? But the most important thing is to try to raise, try to help pay for this guy's trip. And let me tell you something, okay? I did, my nephew played a very high AAO, and I was on the road with him for a long time. People, you have no idea how expensive it is.
Oh, absolutely.
To pull that off. We're talking about hotel rooms every night. We're talking about 3 meals.
Well, they're going to be down there for like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? And you can help them out. And the dad's, real humble, okay? The kid's real humble. You know what I mean? They're thankful that we're doing this. Brian Vienna and the River Trust Group, they're going to come through. You can definitely, those guys are rock solid, definitely count on them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If all fits the mission statement of the things that we do, you know what I mean? And, a rising tide lifts all boats. So let's get this young man to have a great showing down there in the finals, right? And maybe it'll inspire young men like Dave.
There he is, right there.
Like Dave Garvin did, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep, right?
Yeah, everybody has to start somewhere, right?
We all looked up to Dave.
Start at the bottom and move up. Absolutely.
We all looked up to Dave as a kid. Here you go.
Yep.
There he is right there. Father and son combination. Father is the trainer. The legendary trainer, Libby Medeiros, works with them, but he's had some health issues, but he is definitely involved with them as well. But they say this kid, when you're knocking people out at that weight class with headgear,
Yeah, no, that's
Hard to
definitely, and what you touched on earlier, this isn't just going down there to qualify for something. You're going down there because you had to beat.
No.
You had to beat some
I believe
elite
there's
fighters
9
already.
districts in the country.
From what I was told,
champion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's going down there with some elite level fighters that he.
I mean, they could be 10 potential Olympians down there fighting.
No, absolutely.
It's awesome.
You know, this is big time.
Yeah,
This is, I would say, on your way to AAA.
Okay.
Baseball, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like it's.
I mean, I would say 80 to 90% of the fighters who qualify this far down the road will have at least a handful of professional fights.
The thing about it is, you have, like you said, he had to earn his way to get down there.
For
He
2
had
years,
to get through some fighters. So,
Sure.
good. Hats off to this kid, and hopefully we can have a good showing and help him out.
Sometimes he got a pass because they knew they couldn't beat him, and the father didn't want to put his son against him. But he was there. You know what I mean? And that's the opposite. So it's a great thing. USA Boxing. We're gonna try to raise some money, send that kid down there. So I don't know if Lisa is listening right now or what she's got going on. But if you could put that link up there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab my phone, Birdie.
Okay.
And,
I can put the link.
You have the link. You have
from Facebook.
Yeah.
From Facebook.
Yeah, from Facebook. It's at the end, at the beginning, the top of it, and the end of it. But that's a big deal. We want to raise up, like we would do for anybody, like we would do for.
Yeah, like you said, Davey Gorman had to start somewhere. You start at the bottom.
My father had multiple fundraisers for Dave Gorman to help him out because listen to me, people, when you're on the road and you're traveling like that, it's expensive.
Well, and it's even more expensive nowadays.
Yeah, of course.
Considering everything that's been going on with the COVID, the price of travel.
I mean, go out to eat 3 times.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Go out to eat 3 times
when you're
on the road,
on vacation or on the road somewhere. Absolutely, you don't have to tell me, Mike. I eat out like 6 days a week.
No, I hear you.
The link is now in the description, so if anybody wants to go donate, that would be very
right
very
there, man. Let's go. Let's see if we get 10 people. Let's see if we get 10 people to
donate. The link will take you right to the page, and you can donate right from the page. So we would really appreciate that.
All right.
380 out of our goal of 2,000. So only about
I told him to
1,600 left.
He was at 250. He was at 250, and it was 59. I said, Mikey, that's not enough money.
No.
You know what I mean? 1,500 is not enough money.
No.
But that's what attracted me to it, because, like, he's not being a pig with the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You know where the sale where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mikey, you and I both know.
Yeah.
In reality,
it's going to cost more than $2,000, but at least if we can get him $2,000.
Because then if he wins up here, he's going to be champion. He's probably going to have to go to Colorado Springs.
Okay.
So there's another all that bullshit.
We can, let's try to get this
I
first
got
step.
it. I got it. But I think the people the way it used to be, like the top 4 or 5 guys in each weight class would go to Colorado Springs.
Okay, I don't know how it works.
In the top 4 or 5 guys in each weight class.
So what is that considered, national Golden Gloves?
No, there's nothing to do with the Golden Gloves. That's an entity on top of itself.
Okay.
But the Olympic, because Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
That's the Olympic development program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the Olympic Village.
So there'll probably be like 5 lightweights, 5 heavyweights, 5 middleweights.
So if this kid
does
well down the street,
if this kid shows well here, I guarantee you
we could be looking at Colorado Springs.
We could look at. He might have a shot to be an Olympian. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now the Olympian takes the best of the best. Only one knows.
Hey, you know
it's
what?
A very cruel.
At least
but just to be in that world,
in the conversation.
Think about the great fighters that didn't qualify for the Olympics.
No,
Mike Tyson got beat.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Right.
Yep.
Do you remember when Chris McDonald got robbed?
Ooh, now you're bringing
on
up a name
TV,
from the
ABC,
past.
Wide World Sports. Remember they showed that
going back
to
a long time.
Marvin Frazier?
Wow. I remember Chris McDonald. He was from...
Before that, ABC Wild World Sports, Olympic qualifier, he got robbed.
He had some professional fights. I think he was out of Tiverton, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. But we'll be down there doing a remote, and God hope the Red Sox play.
Yeah, they'll be playing. We just don't know what time they'll be playing Tuesday. So.
Yeah, so. But we'll figure it out. But help support this young man, like I said. From the Operation Connection to the coat drives to the food drives, we want to be a positive force in our community, and we will continue to be. It's a great thing right there. Like I said, Bruins getting ready to start on Saturday. The puck drops for the Big Bad Bees. One thing about the Bruins, they have big expectations. the thing that surprises me is how low the Celtics' expectations are. Here's a team that this time last year was talked about a potential championship team. This year, they're expected to barely be over 500, with the Las Vegas line being at 43.5.
Yeah.
That's interesting me. But I'm going to tell you something now. The Celtics are on paper. Never mind their experience in big games. Never mind their talent. Okay? On paper, 1 to 10 are significantly better than they were last year. And I love Kemba Walker.
I would agree too.
But on paper, they're significantly better. So
they brought Kanter back, right? Yeah. And
Al Horford they brought back. Dennis Schroeder they got off of
that was the guy
free agency.
Schroeder. So they made a few moves.
They bought some solid veterans.
Yeah, no big splash moves like Westbrook, but they made some solid.
The kid Pritchard got better. I don't care what. Listen to me.
Pritchard looked great.
And he had 76. He had 76 in the Seattle Pro-Am.
Listen,
people say, Seattle Pro-Am, big deal. Yeah. First of all, Pro-Ams are what they mean to be. Professionals and amateurs playing. And your amateurs are college kids. High school kids aren't getting on that court. They have to be really, really something special. I played in Pro-Ams. I was fortunate as a high school kid to play in them. And I'm going to tell you what, you're at the bottom of the barrel, without question. I don't care if it's at Columbus Park, if it's at Rucker Park, okay? I don't care if it's at the Boston Garden, okay? Or I don't care if it's at Maplewood Park. You score 76 points in a game.
Yeah, no, that's
you know what I mean? Hey, the rim's still 10 feet tall.
Yep.
You still got 5 guys trying to stop you. I mean, that's a lot. And for a 6'1" white boy to do it, you know what I mean? It's not like he's Moses Malone, getting tip-ins and dunks.
No,
right, Birdie?
Yeah, and it builds his confidence too,
right?
It
does.
And they got the new coach, so like you said the other day, the chemistry
suspends Marcus Smart and missed the flight.
That's awesome.
Oh, really?
Suspends him, yeah.
I love it. Keeping players like I always talked about. Brad wasn't keeping guys accountable for their like opportunity and what happened to them. And I like that he suspended.
A lot of coaches, listen to me, right? A lot of coaches, what's the mantra? Come in hard, right? Like the Marines. Come in hard. And then you can always go down.
Yep.
Very difficult to come in soft and then go up, right? Come in hard and go down.
If Pritchard would have scored that 76 in NBA, that would have been the 4th most in history.
Yeah, of course.
4th most.
I'm going to name him.
All right.
Well.
Yep.
Colby.
Yep.
I know one of them.
There's only one more ahead of him.
I know one. I think who it is.
Yeah, drop it.
David Thompson, the old NC State for the Denver Nuggets. I believe he dropped 70-something on somebody one time.
Does he have it? You got it right?
It was Wilt times 2 and Kobe. So Wilt had a 78, I think. Kobe had an 81, and then Wilt had his 100, obviously. Okay. So it was Wilt times 2.
What did Kobe have, 80?
81.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Wilt could make free throws? Well, how many points he'd have? But they say for big guys, you ever see the ball in Shaq's hands? You understand why they can't make it. It's crazy. Anybody see the NBA, the NHL on TNT with Wayne Gretzky trying to score?
Oh, I love that. That was awesome.
They're taking.
That was awesome.
WBI's hating on it right now.
No way. That was awesome.
They say cheesy. It's a ripoff of Inside the NBA. Yada yada.
It was awesome.
Yada. Come on, man.
It was awesome. It was that. Chuck is awesome. I love Charles Barkley. He's the man when he plays golf, anything. And when he was getting shot on by Gretzky, and he was just like, oh my God, what do I do? And the puck was just going past him like nothing.
Was that
so funny.
Too?
No, it was all floor. But he was using a normal puck. Gretzky was using a normal puck. And he was definitely holding back because his shots weren't that hard. It weren't that hard, so like he scored 4 out of 5. And he started just placing them. If he would have really tried, Chuck would have been
the great one, huh?
Yeah.
That's the guy you want to go up against, right? Ain't nobody better than him.
Like my man Omar said, if you take a shot at the king, you bet not miss.
Yeah.
Speaking of not missing, the Red Sox have been on target. Explosion offensively in the playoffs, certainly. American League Championship series, if you would have told anybody this before the start of the season, they would have laughed at you. But it is a reality, for sure. And New England has embraced this team, okay?
A walk-off.
And they were slow to come around.
Yep.
Because of COVID, because of the confusion of COVID, because of the chaos of COVID, because people had become introverts and hobbits staying in the house all the time because of COVID, slow to warm up. But Fenway certainly has been on fire Okay, since that Yankee game, and now it is spreading like wildfire. People groveling for tickets all over social media. Ticket scalpers making money, waitresses making money, bartenders making money, valets making money, tow companies making money, advertisers making money, concessions making money. Everybody's making money.
They're all feeding off
food cars making money, and that's good.
Well, the TV ratings have doubled, they said, from the regular season in the last two playoffs.
Yeah, it seems like
everybody's buying in now. So
because the little dog that did, right? We wrote him off, Birdie, after Baltimore.
Well, the series against the Yankees was the one when they got swept at home just before that Baltimore series. Everybody kind of like, oh, that's the end. You know, they weren't officially done, but everybody's like,
See, I thought the Baltimore point was a little lower.
Yeah, well, Baltimore was worse because they were just such a horrible team, but. See, like you hit on it, though. The thing about this team, in 2018, they had the best record in the league. They were steamrolling everybody, so we expected them to get to the World Series. Nobody expected this team to do anything this year, really, coming into the season. So,
I hear you. And I think that's why people are embracing them.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Rather, the millennials, your friends, Sage, Eugene, is the crew, you guys buying into the Sox? Your old man buying in? What's up?
Eugene's a Yankees fan, so
go
Cody, and my cousin Alex, we've been like fucking with him so hard.
Don't let up. Don't let him off. No.
We have this picture of Aaron Judge, and he's literally wearing a Red Sox hat and a Red Sox shirt, and we keep showing him that. Like it's just funny stuff. So I'm loving it.
No mercy on
because after that series that we got swept by the Yankees, I was hearing it like, oh, the Red Sox suck, Red Sox suck, and then when it matters, they win the game.
Fans don't like to get it back. Yeah, but like Birdie said, we owe them generations and generations of shit talk.
We've owed them for 40 years. We've owed them payback. So
absolutely,
it's awesome.
Starting to hear people ripping me off, Birdie, and it's the same thing. I've called this team the underdogs for how long, right? And me and you heard it on what station TV, or did we hear it on the other day? I said, Birdie, hear what they call them? They call them the underdog.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's even JD Martinez was saying calling them the underdogs.
Yeah, but on record, I think
you were one of the first guys that said it a while back. Yeah.
Now, that's another hook for the fans to dig into them, right? Everybody likes an underdog, right? We love Rocky Balboa. We love Jimmy Chipwood and the picket fence and Hoosiers, right?
They're also
we love the underdog,
and they're underdogs again.
We love Rowdy.
The favorite slightly in the series to beat them. -1, not a heavy price, but they're -145.
So do you think the people like who are non-biased MLB fans who like their team is already out, they're rooting for the Red Sox?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think in this series,
the cheating thing's gonna hurt them a little bit.
Yes, I think in this series they're gonna root for the Red Sox hard because everybody hates the Astros. But I think after this, I don't know if people are gonna be rooting for them just because of the cheating thing around Alex Cora, but. I love when they're the underdogs. They don't expect much.
The Yankee fans who they're rooting for in this series.
All right, so Yankees fans are
Houston, a team they despise.
Do you think Yankee fans are going to go to war for Houston? I think they'll be interested. Really?
With the Red Sox, I'll tell you that much.
They will. I feel like Yankees fans would. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Listen to me. If we win another World Series, right?
Oh my God.
We'll have 5. The Yankees have 1 over the last 20 some odd years.
22 years.
Did you ever think in your motherfucking life, Birdie, that you would say that?
Well, 4-1.
You ever think you'd be sitting on a talk show saying, we got 4 World Series titles in the last 20 years and the Yankees won?
I can answer
You
that
would have
question.
taken 1 and died with a smile on your face, Birdman.
The night that Aaron Boone hit the home run,
please.
I basically had gone to bed when I couldn't even watch it when they tied it up. And I had said to myself, I said, I'm never going to see this team ever win a World Series. That was my thought, that process.
You said that?
Honest to God.
How did you go to bed? I'm not finding out how
because I had seen the movie over. They'd always lost. The movie always ended the same way.
Yeah,
and I could not take that night because I knew they were going to lose.
And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, right?
I tapped out. I said, I can't watch anymore. I knew they were going to lose. And Aaron Boone stepped up, and the rest is history.
But how did you realize the next day, or did you wake up?
Later that night, I knew it was like whatever it was. I got up 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I knew I'd seen the score. And I was like, I didn't have to deal with the pain of watching it live.
I did not watch Sports Center for 2 weeks after that, brother.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No way. It was bad. I didn't watch Sports Center for a month after the Pats' undefeated team lost to the Giants.
The Bucky down so far back, I can't remember that.
What was the most pain, you think?
Ooh, let's do that. Most pain for everyone.
Most pain for Red Sox fans. What?
See, for me, it's different. Everybody's different.
Can I give you my first introduction?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And you can predate me because obviously you're a little older.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. My first pain was Bucky Dent.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Then it was too many men on the ice.
Oh, absolutely. I remember that one. That one was brutal.
Bullshit.
That was brutal. That one was.
And the penalties that weren't called.
That one was
game.
as brutal as any loss in Boston history. That Canadian game.
Then it goes to
probably Buckner.
No, the junior hook.
Oh, okay.
Magic makes that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then it goes to Buckner.
Yeah.
Right. Then
you got Clemens getting thrown out of
getting swept. Yeah.
You got Barry the Bears against. We could go on and on.
Let me tell you something. The Patriots could have had 2 Sherman tanks in the 82nd Battalion, and they were not getting it.
But at least you knew going into that game.
I bet on them. They're like 14-point underdogs. I still bet on.
I think mine. I've grown up in such a great era, but except for football, like the Broncos were good for a little bit, like really good, the best team in the league for a little bit, and then but most of my life growing up they weren't that good, and then they were really great for 4 years, and now they haven't been that good. So other than the Broncos, I've had the Bruins won one, the Red Sox have won 4 in my life, but 3 of them I can remember.
Sure.
1 for the Celtics. I wish I could remember more, but I don't. So the most is the Mile High Miracle, which is when the Hail Mary happened against the Ravens in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That is the worst loss in the history of my. I don't think that'll ever be topped because that Broncos team was so good, number 1 seed, and then the Ravens come in, score in like the last 35 seconds, and I swear.
Who was the quarterback for that Ravens team? Flacco?
Joe Flacco. I swear, if we don't lose that game, I promise you we win the Super Bowl that year because that team was so good, and that one just hurts the most.
What was that? 2012.
Yep, 2012.
Baltimore.
Yep, that's my least favorite play in history of the NFL. I can't stand that. That was, and then obviously the Seahawks Super Bowl. That was terrible too. But like other than that, like Boston teams haven't had those big disappointing losses. I could think. Other than the Patriots, but I don't care. But the Patriots are the only ones that I could argue with the pain. But I don't care for them. And even if I was a Patriots fan, you still have 6 rings.
Yeah, of course.
Like the 3 other ones hurt because they're all preventable, and they probably should have won all of them. But you still have 6 rings. And then other than that, there's nothing really else.
Listen to me.
The Bruins, I got one for you. The Bruins in 2013 against the Blackhawks.
Yes.
There was game 6. Game 6. They were up by one goal with a minute left, and they lose the game. That one I was pissed.
They had one in 2011.
And then game 7 they got blown out. I think.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but game 6 is when they lost it because they were up.
I know. That was at Chicago. I was watching.
Yeah, but they lost the whole series from that game.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and that was the one that hurt me the most because they were supposed. I love that Bruins team. So that's mine.
Whether you were at. Tell me if I'm wrong, Birdie. If you're at a Bruins game, a Celtics game, right? A Patriots game, the one chant that you would always hear from opposing fans, most of New Yorkers, wasn't a chant, it was 4 numbers. 1918. Am I right?
1918 was.
You'd be at a Celtics game like 1918.
A taunt of Yankee fans that to
Boston
remind
futility.
us that it's been 86 years. But the thing I can't really understand about these Yankee fans is they all walk around with this 27 ring shirt that they wear. If I'm not mistaken, 99% of these people weren't even alive when Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle won these rings. So, I mean, they just got to, like, what comes around goes around, and it came around our way, so we won't be hearing that anymore.
But you know what they say? The berry is sweeter when you suffer a little bit, brother, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it better?
Yeah,
especially
we suffered a lot, and the way we won it was a perfect way to exercise the...
the 3-0.
How could you not?
The 3-0
they were
down?
laughing at you. Remember that?
Yeah. Where were you with Game 7?
Game 7. I had to work that night. We got out of work.
You didn't back out of work that night?
You can't, Mike. We had a TV up there, though. You don't think
what do you mean you can't back out of work?
Well, you could, but you're going to get a lot of... you're going to catch a lot of heat.
What, just because it's that night?
Yeah, we had a TV. I mean, we had a TV there. We were watching the game.
All right.
And then after the game wasn't over, I slid over to a bar down the street in uniform after the game, and I got to see the end of it, so... if there wasn't a TV there, I don't think I would have been there that night. But we knew we had a TV there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, so you guys watching with a good friend or something?
We were all a bunch. We were all a bunch of us in a room. We had a TV there.
Wow.
People might have been yelling, banging.
Wasn't it fucking crazy, man? It was crazy.
I was
so blessed to experience that.
All right, this is a good question. Was that better than the World Series win?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Because of the rivalry, because of the hatred, because of the the chants, because of the
I
arrogance.
said that Red
because
Sox
of
team could have played 25 games after that Yankees, and nobody would have beaten them.
See,
There was nobody. There was no after they climbed that mountain.
Because they swept, right? They swept the Rockies.
They
was
went.
it?
No, it
they
was
swept
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
St. Louis.
They
okay.
went through St. Louis like Sherman went through
nothing.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it wasn't even.
They
it was
raped and
done.
pillaged
that
St.
was
Louis.
done.
It was
St. Louis
over.
didn't have a prayer in that series. But Derek Jeter kind of threw one last jab at the Red Sox before that St. Louis series, saying, "Well, yeah, you beat us, but you still haven't accomplished anything yet. Like, you know, if you don't win, it's not going to be."
No, and he's right.
But yeah.
But they did win. No, yeah.
It was like
baseball
I don't know
guys.
what standing on top of Mount Everest is like. I don't know what being blessed by Jesus is like. All right, I don't know what being in the Pantheon and all the Greek amazing theaters and arenas is like. But I know what that was like, and it was pretty damn good, Birdman.
You hit the nail on the head many times when you said the generations of fans, the flowers that were on the graves.
Oh my God!
The people that waited, the fathers.
Watch that 30 for 30, 4 days in October.
And
I watched that one in 6th grade. It was awesome.
What about I didn't go to the parade, but what about the parade? The duck boats. How many people were at that parade?
It was nuts.
I went to the one in 2018, the most recent one for the Red Sox, and there was a lot of people for that one. So never mind for 2004 when the first time they won in God forever. So there must have been a ridiculous
amount. You know how
amount.
they say it's bigger than sports, and that word gets thrown around way too much.
That was.
But that was about,
bigger than life.
That was about fathers and sons and grandfathers spending time together. You remember the first time you went to Fenway Park? I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
I do.
I know I do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was bigger than that. It held families together. And remember about baseball. In the summer, when people have time, it's on every freaking night.
See, and for me and you growing up, there was no internet. There was no cell phones. It was TV games, TV 38. There was no Nesson back in the 70s, right?
No.
So you were watching the Red Sox. You were watching the Bruins with your black and white TV, and that's why you get hooked on it.
But as kids, we listened to baseball more than we watched it.
Oh, absolutely.
Without question.
Little transistor radios at school, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It was like religion in New England. It really was.
I mean, I went to bed as a young kid with the Red Sox on the radio in the room.
And the Bruins were the same way.
Sure.
That's awesome.
You got it. Okay, Bruins announced Chris Sale is going to start game 1. I do not like it.
Oh, really? The Sox? I didn't see that. I thought it was Evaldi. Really?
Yeah, I heard Sale as well.
Really?
Sale as well.
Well, the only thing I can say is, I don't know. These guys are rested now, and he only pitched 1 inning last Friday when he got whacked around and they pulled him out. So there's no excuse now about it.
But you told me you were scared shit of Sale because he only got 2 pitches now.
Because he hasn't pitched against any decent teams.
But what about he only has 2 pitches now? You told about, right? He couldn't get the slider over. What was he? Couldn't get over?
Coming off Tommy John. He's only throwing 2 pitches, fastball. His velocity isn't back to what it was. That's why they kind of weaned him in coming back, pitched him against the Orioles, Texas, Kansas City. They didn't put him in against none of the higher level teams until the playoffs started, and he got whacked around the first game. So
I'm fine with it. I think you got to roll with your stars in the biggest games. The people that got you there. I mean, he was hurt this year, but he was a huge part of the 2018 World Series.
It's a great move for Sale.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
yeah.
That the man has a
he wants the ball, and if you noticed, Erod, prior to the last start, did not pitch well, got whacked around, and then he came back right the other night. 5 innings looked pretty good.
It's
contagious.
So hopefully that's what will happen with Sale.
Winning and buying it as a team. Once it starts happening around, it gets contagious, baby. We got it. Remember I told you about it's not tangible?
Yes,
chemistry. How do you put it?
Yeah, no.
There's 1,000 ways. It's guys being
You
unselfish.
can't buy it. You can't bottle it. No.
You got to earn that shit.
It has the 28 caps, like you said.
And it has the fraud. And it has the fraud proofness.
And the Red Sox right now have belief. I do believe that they have belief that they can win no matter whoever comes in front of them. Bring it on. Tampa was supposedly the best pitching staff in the American League, and they just went right through them. They were like not intimidated at all after that second game. So
100 plus win team, right? And they beat them 3-1.
And they were 8-11 against them in the regular season. So
it's awesome. Great.
The Astros. They beat us.
And then
in
we
the
got
regular
our secret
season,
weapon, my man Kiki.
Yep.
Look up the shit he's done in the postseason. Unbelievable what he did for the Dodgers.
What he did for us too.
What he's done for us too.
Career
Look at the stuff he did for the Dodgers. It is amazing. Prediction for
For the series?
For the series, yeah. The next time next time we're on will be Monday before Game 3.
Yeah, it'll be 2 games already.
Maybe a live feed for that one. No, I'll call up the hot dog place, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. We can look into that.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker, the manager for the Astros, been around for forever. Never won a World Series. I think he's the longest. Got the most games in might be in baseball history without winning.
Now,
the World
does it go
Series.
2-3-2?
No, I think it's. I don't know for sure, but I think it's 2-2-1-1-1. Red Sox, I believe, were 2-5 against the Astros in the regular season, but we all know that doesn't mean anything now. But we'll roll with the Sox.
How many games?
I'm going to say that the Red Sox got it going on right now, and I don't need 7. I'm going to say Sox at Fenway in 6.
I say Sox in 6 too.
Yep.
This is crazy, but Sox in 5?
Whoa, I hope you're right.
I don't know. This Astros team does scare me because they've already won before. I know people said they cheated, but look, they got rid of the manager. They did away with all the cheating, and they're still one of the best teams in baseball. So
didn't Cora spend time with the Astros? So
yes.
he
knows
those
with them
guys.
before.
He
might
know their tendencies.
Yeah,
the only
really
thing
good team.
about the Astros is they have championship DNA.
Exactly.
They have players that have been there, that have won on the big stage a few years back, and they still have a core of those players.
And they're gonna have a burning desire to win one without the cheating thing being held over their heads.
That would
right?
be some motivation. Yeah, I would think.
So the series goes 2 in Houston, 3 in Fenway,
Really?
1 in and 1 in
wow.
Houston.
Wow. that.
2 in Houston. 2-3-2.
Yeah, 2-3-2. My bad. Yeah, 2-3-2.
So-
2-3-2.
So you're gonna win in 6. You're gonna have to win in.
So if it was in 5, like I said, it would be in Fenway.
Boston.
It'd be in Boston.
Take them down to 5.
Hopefully.
Well,
Either way, that'd be great. 2-3-2 is kind of weird, no?
So who you
nah,
rocking?
I think they've always done the ALCS like that.
Who you rocking with, Birdman?
I'm rocking with the Red Sox. I'm rolling with the Red Sox.
I hear ya.
I don't care if it's 6. I don't care if it's 5. I don't care if it's 7. I'll predict 6.
Are you betting the series plus 140?
I'll throw a little bit.
How much? 100?
$50, $100. Yeah, something like that.
This thing's only worth $50 in your time, buddy.
$100. Well, it's a competitive series. It's not like you're getting a big price.
You get
on
a grade
that.
6 pension with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Yeah, and I don't want to donate it back to the Commonwealth of Sportsman, Rhode Island.
Providence Plantation.
Yeah, whatever you.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, let's switch up. NFL email. Now, Riley, you are a young man wise behind your ears, but listen up because this is something as you get older, things will sink in a little more. Now, people are talking about, you had the players rep, wants to know about the responses to the emails, other people, other email inquiries. You don't want to open up Pandora's box here, Birdie. Do you really?
No.
Because you be careful what I have right here. Be careful what you wish for. Okay? Because you may get more than you can handle. So if we do a deep dive, okay? Let me tell you something. The way Stephen Smith articulated today, these were on Washington Redskins official email addresses that this stuff was getting sent.
Yep.
That's how they found it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a witch hunt.
No, the investigation originated with Washington because of the sexual harassment, stuff that was being brought out. And so I don't know who conducted the investigation and whether it was the NFL itself or he had some outside agencies, but 650,000 emails, and they supposedly sifted through all of them. And now John Gruden's the fall guy here.
The only one?
That's a little bit.
Well, his brother was involved in the organization at the time, correct? Was his brother involved?
During the time frame, he was there for like 3 or 4 years. But you might be looking at a witch hunt for Gruden because of a animosity between him and Goodell. Is what it. Why?
Goodell's a no good.
No, he's as low as it gets. That's why now you know why 90 to 95% of the league does not.
How does he still have a job?
The owners, he represents the owners. He's making money for the league.
Yeah, but I'm a man. A jackass can make money in the NFL, man.
He's making it hand over fist. They're printing their own money.
In the post-Persian Gulf II war, the end of George Bush economy, the beginning of Barack Obama's, when we had that massive recession, the NFL still made money during that time.
Yeah, of course.
They're
But
bulletproof.
you know, like you say, when you use the word pigs, these owners are pigs. The more they make, the more they want. So
it's a business to them. It's nothing more than just a business. So if you're making the money and he's doing good business, there's no need for him to lose his job to them. But I don't care for him. We could definitely.
The Deflategate was way overblown. They dropped the ball with Ray Rice. I mean, this guy has made bad decision after bad decision. And
he might be the worst commissioner in the league. I mean, not the league.
I think so.
in all of sports.
Like you're the NFL commissioner. You're gonna lower yourself to throw David Portnoy from Barstool, right, out of the Super Bowl.
So stupid.
This guy's ruthless. He's ruthless.
But that's petty.
It is so petty.
He's the king. He's the NFL commissioner. You're fucking worried about Barstool Sports and Portnoy? All right? With all due respect to what they've accomplished, hey, I hope they make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's great. Feidelberg's from Fall River, my man. I was best friends with his uncle, Shockey. Okay, grew up in his parents' house. His father, he played for my father. All right, I got no hate towards Barstool whatsoever. Okay, but for the NFL commissioner during the Super Bowl to be preoccupied with David Portnoy is sitting and to throw him out, I mean,
you paid how much for your ticket?
I don't care. He probably got his for free, but I don't care. I mean, you are NFL commissioner, my dude. You're supposed to be above that shit. You don't say there's levels to this shit? There are levels to this shit. So, you think you came out of that looking good? No, what you did was take Portnoy stock and go just like this.
Exactly.
If the fucking commissioner's worried about this cat, I mean, come on. But he's an amateur. Could you ever see David Stern doing that bullshit?
Not at that level. Not for something at that level, no.
No.
Well, we're going to find out what's going to happen with this investigation now. Supposedly it was closed in July, but whether or not the NFL just shuts this down and just says that's the end of it, or they want to just get other people involved, that's what we're going to see. There might be some people that are sweating right now.
That's your ass there is. You bet your ass there are.
This couldn't have happened at a better time for...
And it never disappears. They tell you can trash it or archive it. It's always there, brother. It's always there. What do they call it? A digital footprint? Is that what it is?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Tonight, NFL, Thursday night. Birdie, you want to talk about the stat you have about Tom Brady?
I know
please?
you don't like it, but I'll just throw it out real quick. Tom Brady, against the spread, not win or loss, in primetime games, only Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights.
Whoa. I know. But the definition of prime time fits a Super Bowl in a game.
They threw the Super Bowl in there. Okay.
Of course they left it out.
No, they put it in. That was the one win.
Oh, really?
He's lost, from what I saw, 0-5 in the last primetime games, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. And I'm not 100%.
Against the spread, right?
Might be 1-9 in the last 10.
Against the spread, right?
Against the spread.
Yeah.
Not win or loss. So.
Yeah.
Means they don't cover the spread in a lot of games. So
yeah,
but they didn't cover the spread against the Saints or the Packers. Yeah, they did.
Those weren't primetime games. Those were Sunday afternoon, 4:25 playoff games. Primetime's only Sunday, Monday, and Thursday.
It's the nighttime games where there's only primetime means there's only one game on.
No,
like,
I know exactly what it means. But I think primetime means supposed to be the biggest game of the night. The biggest
Sunday
game
night,
of the
Monday night, Thursday night.
You know,
meaning just that game is on during that time.
Yeah, exclusive.
But that I think that's funny just because like Brady's 1-9, but they still won every single one of those games.
No, they lost some of those games.
Either way, they won 70% of those. He's not worried about the spread. You know what I mean? Like,
of course
coming out of it, he won. Like tonight, they could beat the Eagles by 6, and that's a good game for them. But he lost against the spread. So who does he care against the spread? It's just
that's why, like Tony Soprano says, if you're in the hole, don't bet the NFL.
Don't bet the NFL. They're going to make money betting those games.
Brady comes off a huge game. I didn't realize it was arguably the biggest statistical game of his career.
QBR.
And this guy is doing this at 44 years old. We talk about it every week, but you really got to tip cap him. And do you know the wear and tear on his arm? I watched some stats on Wake Up today. What's it called? Is that the ESPN show? Get Up.
Get Up.
Okay. About passing attempts and yardage. He's got more than anybody does or something crazy like that.
Well,
yeah,
yards been around forever.
Well,
for this year?
Attempts, right?
This year or ever?
No, this year.
Yeah, he has the most yards for sure.
You know, and they're worried about the wear and tear on his arm.
Well, he's got a little injury too. Didn't he bang his thumb up the last game?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to play, but I don't know if it'll affect him throwing the ball, if it's his throwing hand or not. So we'll see. But no, he's playing. The numbers he's putting up for his age, this is something you just shake your head. I mean, even the defenses, they got to be. You watch the zip on his ball for his age and the accuracy on his passes. I mean,
is anybody on national TV calling this guy a fraud anymore?
The only guy that made a complete.
The guy from Fresno, the black dude from Fresno. What was his name? He used to work for Fox Sports. What's his name?
Rob Parker.
Rob Parker.
Well, he was from Detroit actually.
But no, he covered. But he covered.
Yeah, he didn't like Brady though.
No. He covered. It was the same thing I think of. He worked for Fox Sports, and he worked for like the Northern California thing.
Yeah, and maybe it's somebody else. Then maybe
no, it's this guy.
I know who you're talking about.
This was 20 years ago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He worked for Fox Sports. That's the next step up to national, right? That's like working for NBC Sports covering the Celtics, right? He had Northern California, and while my brother was at Fresno, it was a big story. I think there were three. First of all, the Woj worked at Fresno Bay.
Okay.
All right. He's the biggest influence in pro basketball.
Yeah. Well.
The other reporter that worked alongside him was Andy Katz, who used to be the foremost person for college basketball on ESPN.
Yeah.
Risha Candidate hosted the Olympics, all kinds of crazy shit. That was a fertile ground for people to go to Northern California to go up because you go from Fresno all the way up to the Bay. So you got San Jose, Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, Fresno, and those people were there. They both work for the Fresno Bee.
So did any of these people? Now we're getting back to somebody that just said something about Brady. The only one that I can remember that made a complete fool out of himself was Max Kellerman.
Yeah, but Max Kellerman walked off. Max Kellerman was laughing at himself today, saying that how ridiculous he sounds. And one thing about Max Kellerman, right? When he apologized, he says, I had to look at it analytically, and essentially Brady's had 4 careers. Like 4 Hall of Fame careers.
So he was breaking different parts of his career down.
No, like the first part of his career was a Hall of Fame career if he left after the second Super Bowl or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Then this to this is
different time frames,
but still qualifies to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, still qualifies to go to Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So he had 3 Hall of Fame careers in one career. So does he have a big game tonight? Or does he follow the trend? Because the Philly fans are brutal.
No, that's one.
They were like nothing else.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. What was Veterans Stadium infamous for in Philadelphia?
Santa Claus.
2 things. They've done. They're infamous for Santa Claus. You're right. They booed the shit out of him and threw snowballs at him, and the guy left crying. Michael Irvin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Got caught out on a stretcher. They were pelting him and booing him with the neck brace. With the neck brace. Snowballs. But they were infamous long before that because they had a freaking jail in the stadium, Birdie.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
They had a judge in a jail.
That might have been the first stadium that had the lockup facility.
A judge.
And you know what? It was probably well needed too. What was going on down there?
Brady does lead the league in pass attempts. He has 225. The guy below him is Herbert with 207 and Derek Carr with 205. And then Matt Ryan and Jared Goff. But other than Matt Ryan, the rest of those guys are pretty young to be throwing the ball that much, which is fine.
Yeah.
So
arm fatigue for a pitcher, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could catch up to them, not them, but it could catch up to Brady for throwing the ball that much. You know what I mean?
So his game last week, he threw over 400 yards. How many attempts did he throw in that game?
Hey, your grandmother knows her baseball, huh, Rowdy?
Yeah. She loves it. That's a
bad dude.
Like I said, they have a core of players on Houston that are championship DNA. Altuve, Correa, a bunch of others from that championship team. So
he threw. Let me see.
So you don't think the Bucks keep it rolling tonight, huh?
No, I wouldn't. I would never pick the Bucks to lose. I just think the game might be a little bit closer.
He threw 41 attempts against the Dolphins.
That's not bad. 40's not too bad. When you start throwing 50 plus, that's when it gets recipe, which he probably did in the Rams game.
That's what I was going to say. Rams game, Cowboys game.
You don't want to be throwing that many times, but 35 to 40 might be, a little above average in the NFL.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
No, I think Tampa wins. I think Tampa. Gronk's not playing again tonight.
You want to do picks then? To a 6-pack of hot questions about week 6, or you want to do 6-pack and then picks, and then power rankings? How you want to play it?
Whatever
You're the producer, Al. You let me know. What do you want to go with, bro?
Let's go with picks. Picks, questions.
All right, and then power rankings.
And then after that, we'll do review of last week.
All right.
Or we can bang that up.
Tampa. -7 at Philly, Birdman.
Give me Philly. Jalen Hurts is going to cause some problems.
Uh-oh.
I know they
You are
can.
a
No, I'm
fucking
taking the
traitor.
7 points.
Unbelievable.
Listen, I'm a Tom Brady guy. I
7.5.
didn't say they were going to lose. Is it 7.5?
Is that what Mike said, right?
No.
7. Okay.
Listen, I did not say Tampa was going to lose, did I? I said, give me Philly plus the 7. Jalen Hurts can put pressure on a defense. You can't run on that Tampa defense. We've seen that all year. Nobody's running them. But a quarterback stretching the pocket around can with Tampa secondary can cause some problems. So,
Are you putting cold hard currency on that pick?
if I was, I would take the 7 points. Actually, I would play a tease getting 13, but
I'm gonna go.
You
with.
would rather tease Philly to 13 than tease Tampa Bay to 1?
yeah, because I think I'm getting more value.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go with Tampa. I'm gonna go with Tampa on
I
this
didn't
one.
say I'm going to win, Mike. It's gambling like anything else.
I hear you, brother.
I'm gonna go with Tampa.
Minnesota Miami -4.5 in Jacksonville.
Miami -4.5 in Jacksonville.
Does the Urban Meyer disaster
Okay,
continue?
originally I was going to go with Miami, but then I looked
Yeah.
last night that Miami has given up 2 more points this year than Jacksonville. I'll take Jacksonville plus the 4.5.
Because they ran into Tom Brady and dropped 42 on him.
Well, I'm actually gonna go with Jacksonville too. Miami's defense, close your ears if you're a Dolphins fan, but their defense has been atrocious so far, and that was supposed to be their not atrocious, but it hasn't been that good. And that was supposed to keep them afloat. They can't really stop any kind of run right now. So if James Robinson just runs it down their throat, which by the way I might have to go change my fantasy pick because I forgot about him. But if James Robinson just runs down,
you can't use him because he's playing the early morning game.
it's in London.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't see him. But yeah, if James Robinson does that, which I think he will, I'm gonna take Jacksonville on that one.
They're gonna stuff the Dolphins in Jacksonville down the Brits' throat.
Well, Tua's playing. Tua's supposed to be back this week too. So.
No, he's not supposed to be back. He came.
Really? I thought he was.
He's throwing the ball. He might not be ready. He might not be ready to play. You know, he had one of the greatest seasons in college football history.
He was amazing in college.
Yeah, accuracy.
Amazing in college.
I think he still has
enough
time.
time in a weight room to handle a rear and tear in the National Football League, but that's just my opinion. Okay. Houston, Indy at home, giving Houston 10 points.
You could give Houston 20, and I'd still take.
No,
Indy.
give me Houston.
Good luck.
Give me Houston.
Okay.
Indy blew a 25-7 lead against the Ravens. I know we're talking about Ravens. I know we're talking about Lamar. You don't gotta talk to me about that. Lamar's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, but I cannot trust them again to stop anything. And if Houston just can get a few touchdowns, which they did against the Patriots, where the Patriots have a better defense than the Colts do, I'll take the 10 points.
Green Bay, the Bears.
What's the spread?
4.5. Green Bay's favored.
Aaron Rodgers has been. He's in this series. They've won the last 4 straight, and they're like 23-7 against the Bears. Against the straight up. Aaron Rodgers.
You got your trends on them notes, huh, Mike?
Where is this game?
It's in Chicago, but I'm not betting against Aaron Rodgers.
You go with the Bears, Rouse.
Nah, Rodgers is my guy, so I'll stick with him.
Very wise move.
Thank you.
KC -5.5 at Washington. The
Washington.
team with no name.
Washington.
The team with no name and naked cheerleaders. Nick, can you imagine this day? Can you imagine one of the most valuable sports franchises out of all of them in the world is sending a directive to make their cheerleaders pause with their tops off in the 21st century? Does that blow your mind?
Well,
now you know how dysfunctional they are.
Well, before social media, I mean, you remember the Cowboys when they had the place called the White House back in the day? So, I mean, there's a lot.
We're talking about a team directive.
That's a little different. Yeah, that was...
We're not talking about wild, maniac professional athletes whacked out on coke, pot, and booze celebrating a big win. I mean, anything, the end of the world could happen in the White House.
So they ended up, that's why part of the investigation started, and that's why they paid the $10 million fine, right? It was all involved with all the...
I'm going with KC.
KC has beat Washington 7 times in a row.
Oh, boy.
Give me Washington.
What'd you say? It was 5.5?
Yeah.
I watched Tyler Heineke play last week, and boy, was he terrible.
Come on, it's your team.
And I can't bet them. I'll take Kansas City.
You are a ruthless, cold-blooded.
I'm going by the numbers.
You're going against your favorite team.
I will root for them to win,
Tom
but the numbers say here. I'm going by the numbers here, Mike.
I'll take the football team.
You're taking the football team?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Vikings and Carolina.
What's the spread on that one?
-1. Carolina's -1.
Jeez.
I don't have no trend on this game, so.
This is in Carolina?
Yeah.
-1 Carolina?
Like James Taylor, baby, I got Carolina on my mind, Jack. And I'm going Carolina.
I'll take the Vikings.
I'll take the Panthers as well.
Birdie, are you intentionally going away from
I had it circled. Look, I want to prove this to you, but I don't have a pen over here. It was already circled Minnesota before we...
CMC's probably not playing, though. McCaffrey's might not play, so...
Who you go with?
I'm still taking the Panthers.
Okay. Chargers, Ravens.
This is a fantastic game.
I love it. I'm a great game.
Oh, yeah.
Chargers.
I'm taking the Ravens. Lamar, if he keeps this up, is winning his second MVP.
Wait,
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He had his first game of 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in a primetime game, a comeback game against a team 25-7 down. His numbers are absolutely. He has more total yards than 18 teams in the whole NFL.
He's got to show up for 60 minutes in these games.
Total yards. He has more total yards than 18 teams in the NFL. One player. That's nuts.
Wait, what was the spread anyway?
3. Ravens giving the Chargers 3.
The Chargers are 8-1 against
the spread. I teased Tampa Bay down in San Diego.
San Diego's the great grass, a great play. Whatever the number was. Yeah, I like the Chargers also. 8-1 in the last 9 against the spread.
Yep, give me the.
Give
me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
Cincy -3.
Where?
Wow, this one's at Detroit.
Detroit Lions.
At Detroit?
Yeah. Is Joe Burrow playing? They say he can't talk.
Yeah, he's playing.
All right.
Boy, Detroit's been playing.
Upset special. I'm going Detroit Rock City. You heard? 8 Mile. Black Mafia family. The Bad Boys. Where you want me to stop? The Pontiac Silver Dome. Kelly Tripucka. The Microwave. You want me to keep going, Birdman?
More ghosts? You got any more?
We want me to keep
going? Are you going back to Mickey Redmond and Marcel Deanna, the Red Wings?
I'm going to Kirk Gibson and Sweet Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell and Lance Paris and Jack Morris.
Give me Cincy.
I'm going against the Russian 5. We're going back with the Russian 5.
The Russian 5, yeah.
All right.
Give me Cincy.
Boy, I don't know on this game. That's tough to pick. Detroit's been playing hard, and they've been losing games right at the wire.
That Coach Ryan hit me in the gut a little bit.
Flip a coin. I'll take Cincy. I don't know.
Rams -6.5 at the G-Men.
You got a lot of injuries for the Giants. A lot of people questionable to play in this game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's, I mean...
3 receivers, pretty much. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, if he can pass the concussion test, but he couldn't even walk.
Backup's Glennon, right?
Yeah, Glennon.
How did you see him at all?
Yeah, the game was kind of close when what's his name was in Daniel Jones, and then he came in, it was 20-44. So I'm definitely taking the Rams. I think this could be a monster blowout.
Did you say it was 9.5?
6.5.
No,
what do you
it's
have?
More than that. 6.5.
I got 6.5.
That spread's way off.
I got 9.5.
More like 9.5.
Yeah, somebody told me that, so.
All right, I'll still take the Rams. If it was 12, I'm taking the Rams.
With those injuries, it's going to be
Arizona. It's the NFL. Don't ever forget it. Arizona and the Bears and the Browns. Browns -3. I love the Browns here.
Wow.
Arizona 13-5-1 against the spread on the road. So I'm taking Arizona if they're getting 3 points.
Arizona's getting 3 points.
Where are you getting these statistics from?
Vegas
I'm a little jealous.
Vegas,
I'm a little jealous.
You guys put it up there the other day.
I hear you.
Oh my God, this might be the toughest game of the week for me.
Great game though.
Yeah, I know, but the toughest one to pick.
Are there any injuries in this game?
No, not that I can think of. Little bangs up of questionables. OBJ's being shopped around. He could be traded.
He hasn't looked good at all.
No, but he's probably not going to be on the team next year. But we're talking about right now. I'll take... Would you guys both take the Cardinals?
I took Arizona based on their...
Give me the Browns, because I need to separate from you guys somewhere, so give me the Browns.
I got the Browns.
Oh, you got the Browns?
Yeah.
Well, Jesus, now you make it hard for me. No, I'll take Arizona, because that's the smart pick, I guess. I don't know. I've been rolling Arizona ever since the beginning.
Talk about the Raiders. We're going to save it because that's our first question. Dallas -3.5 versus the Pats. This line is ridiculously low. No insult to the New England Patriots, but I think the Cowboys are one of the best teams in football, if not the best. This is the lock of the week. You hear me? Dallas will beat the Patriots by 10 points.
I think there was a trend on this game, but I didn't write it down. The Dallas was like 6-0 the last 6 times.
Who are you taking?
They played New England?
3.5, Birdman.
That can't be right. The post Tom Brady game, that was the Super Bowl for the Patriots. Do they show up here? And
it's in New England. That's what's getting me.
Yeah,
that's what's getting me.
I'm gonna just take a shot here.
There'll be a third of people in that States will be Cowboy fans.
I'm gonna take a shot here. I'm gonna take the Patriots plus the 3.5 if it's 3.5.
I'll take the Cowboys. I'll go the smart way. If you would have went
what's your rationale for betting the Pats, if you don't mind me asking?
Defense.
No. We have that as a question afterwards. Hold on. Seattle, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh -5.
Two teams I don't like at all. I'm
gonna ride with Big Ben until he loses. I rode him last time. I said
this might be.
I said mace me if I bet on him again.
This might be a hurricane. Take your bank book to the casino and bet it all on the Steelers this week. Yeah. Geno Smith for Seattle coming.
He didn't look that bad. He didn't look that bad. And he has weapons. He has weapons.
Into Pittsburgh with a pretty healthy defense, and Pittsburgh's a desperate team that looked pretty. I love Pittsburgh this week.
So do I.
I'm taking Seattle just because I believe in Lockett and Metcalf. They're two guys in the top 10 for target shares in all of the league, and they're on the same team. Those two together take up 50% of the targets that all of the receivers get in Seattle. That's just nuts, and I love those two.
How about this for a lead? Bills Mafia heads to Cashville.
We got to get Lips in here.
And tries to tame the Titans.
He's the biggest Bills fans I know. I told him we got a seat for him. We got to get him down here.
This is a tough one.
I'll give
Bills
you
in Cashville.
Last year.
What's the spread?
3.5.
Buffalo went into Tennessee last year on a Monday night game and got absolutely obliterated by the Titans. Buffalo during the COVID last year.
This is a Monday night game too, you know.
Yeah, Buffalo's, they come in.
Julio Jones is, he practiced 2 days in a row already, so that he's trending towards playing. 2 days in a row is trending towards playing. He went from questionable to nothing because he practiced 2 days in a row, but they're still limiting him in practice. So as much as he is practicing, they're still limiting him. A.J. Brown will play, and he's the other receiver.
So Julio Jones.
Historically, the most solid bet in sports is the home dog.
I'll take Tennessee here, but I'm going to tell you right now, if Buffalo comes in here and steamrolls them the way they did Kansas City last year, there ain't going to be nobody going to beat the Bills all the way to the AFC if they keep wiping out teams the way they've been doing.
I will take the Bills because I said before the season started, Bills were my team to lose in the Super Bowl, so I'm gonna roll with them because they're looking really good.
Let me tell you something. Bills Mafia is for real, Jack. Get used to it. They're going to go to Cashville and hijack the Titans. Give me that cash. We gotta go to our back and get some buffalo wings, some bulls, and let's party.
Listen,
in Buffalo.
I've been to Buffalo and I've been to the stadium.
Wow.
And
that's one place
they're nuts. And they're nuts. That stadium is wild and they get crazy over there.
6-pack of questions. How will Raiders respond?
They won't.
I say they respond well.
They won't.
Okay.
So Denver needs to win this game. They shouldn't have lost to Pittsburgh. It was super close. A couple of calls that I did not like from the refs, but if Denver needs to win this game, they looked really well. Judy might play, don't think he will, but Bridgewater looked pretty good. I don't think the Raiders respond well. That team is not that good. With players that they had, I was reading on it, Gruden went into that team, sold Khalil Mack, sold away Amari Cooper. Two of his
Khalil Mack.
I know, but you have to get the guys was one of the best NFL defensive players or the best in the time. You got to pay him.
I think you negotiate with him, and I think
exactly.
There's got to be a better way.
I think Gruden going into the team made it a lot more worse when he left. That team before he joined it was a lot better than it is now, and I don't know if I can trust anybody who this random Joe Schmo is going to, not a random Joe Schmo, but a random guy is going to pick up the team.
He's not a random guy. He's been with Gruden since he was with Tampa, special teams, for 20 years.
But he's not.
He's very well respected.
There you go.
By the
He's been with Gruden though, so
no, but
he has ties with them.
The players all like this guy. From what I saw Keyshawn Johnson talking about, they all like the fact that this guy's taken over. So there are some intangibles for this week. The first week you might get them to rally behind the fact.
It's in Denver. I
don't know what the long-term effect is for the season, but for just 1 week, they might come out and play hard.
If the Broncos lose
Who do
this
you got?
game,
Denver 2.5.
yeah, Denver. But if the Broncos lose this game, I'm not coming in next week.
No, you gotta go.
I'm not coming in next week.
it's 2.5,
I don't hate anybody more than the
If
Raiders.
it's 2.5, I'd have to take Denver at home.
Birdman. Okay, Brady and Philly. What do you think his performance will be? Hostile crowd, young upset team coming off a dramatic come-from-behind win and has all the recipes for an upset. You just got your chat about him being 1-9 in his last primetime games.
Well, the key with Brady in every game on the road is as long as they protect him, he's going to put up numbers. If he gets pressure on him, he might throw him off a little bit. That's always the key against him because he's not he gets a clean pocket. Philly's got no chance in this game. They're going to have to get pressure. Depending on how much pressure.
1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. What does Brady play today? At what level?
Oh, Brady always brings his A game. It's like I said, it depends on how much protection he can get. If they can,
I'm going to say Tom Brady throws for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns in a Tampa Bay blowout.
Well, if they can run the ball, obviously.
Anybody want to contribute with question number 2? How does Brady do?
Looking at the Eagles' defense, not that good right now. They're 18th, so a little bit below 500, a little bit worse than half of the defenses in the league.
Yeah.
So I'll go with like a 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick.
Sure.
Still a good game. They win by 10, 12.
Chargers, Ravens. Which quarterback is better?
Lamar.
Right now?
Yeah.
I got to go with Hebert. I got to go with Hebert, the level because Hebert's been more consistent than Lamar. Lamar's doing it in flashes. The first half of that game, he really didn't do much the other night, and then all of a sudden he exploded in the second half. That's all fine, but you're going to have to do it for 60 minutes in a lot of these games.
Can Arizona go to Cleveland and beat the Browns?
Yeah.
They're 5-0. They're the best team in football right now.
Defense gave
schedule says it. They're the best team in football.
47 points last week, so they can. I wouldn't shock me.
I say
if
all good things come to the end. It's raining in the desert, baby. I'm going with Baker and the boys in Cleveland. Can Kansas City get right on the road?
Boy, if they don't, they're really in trouble.
This is one of the best games for them. They're facing a team that has been severely underperforming in Washington.
Secondary's a disaster.
The whole defense has been like people are putting them as one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best, and they've looked horrible. So
horrible.
Mahomes is gonna light up this game. That's not a question. It's just, is Heineke going to be able to perform to how bad the Chiefs' defense is? Which I think they will, because
Ron Rivera's a defensive guy.
Not going to be able to outscore Mahomes against that defense.
But not outscore, but keep it close because of Terry McLaurin, because of Antonio Gibson. They got a few good weapons that they could exploit the Chiefs' defense with. I think it's going to be. I think the Chiefs might win, but it could be like a 3-point game, so it could be close. I don't know. That's going to be a good one.
Ready?
Yeah, no, I can't go against Mahomes.
So you expect the Chiefs to show up?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. The Chiefs lose this game.
Can the New England Patriots beat the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah,
hard to say. They almost beat Tampa. I mean, are they going to be able to get up again? The way they did against Tom Brady. That's the question. Dallas is coming in red hot. They're hitting on all cylinders. It's going to be tough. I
don't think they have the personnel to beat the Cowboys.
No, I don't think so either. And they're catching.
That's where I'm at. I'm beginning and ending it right there.
They're catching the Cowboys at the wrong time because the Cowboys are hitting on all cylinders right now.
They just match up well, I think, on defense. I think.
Yeah. So
Matthew Judon has been doing really good for the Patriots. The most sacks in the start of a season since 1980 something.
No, he's
been doing great. He needs to get the Dak a few. He needs to get the Dak a few times.
They have to rattle Zach and get it.
He's got to get help. Yeah, he's got to get help.
Patriots average 239.8 passing yards per game. So
they got to try to run
another big one for the young quarterback. We'll see how.
Coming off the game against Tampa, they only rushed they were in negative yardage for the game against Tampa. So they got to try to run the ball a little bit.
All right, we got our power rankings. Are you ready for mine? Number 5, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Panthers.
I like that.
Number 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with my main man, Tom Brady.
Like it.
Number 3, the Los Angeles Rams because they beat Tampa. 2, Buffalo. Bills Mafia in the house.
Love it.
And the #1 team in the National Football League, according to the Hurricanes rating. How about them Cowboys?
Absolutely not.
#1 by the Hurricanes. How about them Cowboys?
Well,
Only thing that jumps out to me.
They bet on top.
Mikey's gonna ride the Cowboys.
No, it's not the Cowboys.
I'm just saying
The only thing that comes out to me is no Cardinals, and they're 5-0. The team is
not getting any
undefeated. He put the team that they beat all the way up until 3rd place. So I love the Rams. The Rams, I still think, are going to win the Super Bowl, but the Cardinals have to be there because they beat the Rams. They had some really good wins. They just beat the 49ers. Their team looks so good. 5-0, I mean, you have to be top 5 at least with 5-0.
Okay.
At least. One team needs to drop out.
I hear you. Good.
No, I'm just going by the 2 teams in each conference that I like right now. And Buffalo's #1 in the AFC, and I'm going still with
We got to go #1.
All right,
Who's
Buffalo's #1 in all football for me right now.
The
Bills
Buffalo
are
Bills. Bill
#1.
Mafia in the house.
And I still believe
Who's
in the
still-
Rams as the #2. I'll never
Okay.
go against Tom Brady. That's #3. I'll put Arizona in at 5-0 at #4, and I love Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going him.
So you would bet on the Arizona Cardinals to beat the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes,
right
I would.
now.
Yes, I would.
You are bugging.
All right, you ready
All
for
right,
this one?
yeah.
This is gonna cause them. It's gonna cause the most stir out of all of them.
I'm sure it
All
does.
right, so Rams #1. I still think they have the most complete team.
Okay, yeah.
Cardinals #2. I think,
Yeah.
and that's crazy because they're in the same division.
Yeah,
But no, I'm saying it's like crazy how.
I got
Yeah.
you.
3 with the Bills.
Yeah.
They just looked ridiculous. 4 with Green Bay,
Yeah.
and then 5 with the Ravens. I think the Ravens.
Baltimore.
I think the Ravens are one of the most underrated teams in the NFL. They could really, really make noise.
60 minutes though. They don't play
That's
60
fun.
minutes.
Lamar has been having an insane year so far. If he keeps this up, and they're getting back a rookie receiver who's been on IR all season. He's coming back this week. If they can keep this up and add more pieces, Sammy Watkins comes back. It would be really scary to play because we all talked about he needs to throw the ball. He needs to throw the ball. He's been throwing the ball and it's been accurate. It's been yards. It's been
I
touchdowns.
was shocked when I woke up from my
Yep.
little nap and saw that they had a chance to tie the game. It was crazy. But that's the NFL, man. It's upside down, it's backwards, it's sideways. This is where we are BadCatz. We're the same way. You know how we do it. Be safe, be good to one another.
We're doing the fantasy.
Yeah,
player.
and then
We're going to cut down, break this down
Yep.
because we're going to share it.
So, in
we're
about-
coming back in about 5 minutes.
5
now, am I
minutes.
part of this fantasy
yes,
thing?
we'll all be part of it.
Yeah,
But before we go
I
off,
would gladly let you guys do it after the long exhaustion
fine.
because I have 12
All
cold
right,
beers.
we'll do this then, man. If you
I'm
want.
not-
Well,
no,
all right.
if you want me in around,
yes.
I'm in.
So before we go off, week 5.
Yeah.
DFS.
No, not DFS, but week 5 picks that we had.
Yeah.
The Hurricane did win.
Yeah!
He beat all of us.
Yeah!
The Hurricane won week 5.
I presented him with a Manny Ramirez,
The little
David
prick,
Ortiz.
the one guy says, "Oh, I'm going to do an announcement at the end of the show for
Okay,
the Hurricane."
okay.
I thought he won again.
No.
Yeah, that's right. And
Don't
I'm
worry.
winning this week too.
We'll see. So yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hold on. You want the locks? I'm giving you locks. Bet the Cowboys. Bet the Chargers. Bet the Packers. Bet the Steelers.
Be back in 5 minutes.
Be back in 5 minutes. Wrap.
Peace.